gentlemen, welcome to Top Brigadier General Rafael P. Grame, the home of the national headquarters, Philippine National Police. This afternoon, we will witness another milestone in the history of the Philippine National Police, the change of command ceremony and retirement honors for Police General Camilo Cascolan, the 24th Chief PNP. Virtually joining us from their respective offices and regions are the men and women of the Philippine National Police, and live here at the PNP MPC, we are honored by the presence of the Secretary of the Interior and Local Government, Secretary Eduardo Manahan Anyo. To start with the program, everyone is requested to rise. Ladies and gentlemen, the Philippine National Anthem. Please remain standing for the ecumenical prayer by Police Brigadier General Jason Ortizo, Director, PNP Chaplain Service.
In the silence of our hearts, let us bow our heads and be aware of God's loving presence in our midst. Almighty God, we submit ourselves to your wisdom, to your infinite love, divine mercy, and we proclaim your glory for gathering us today for our change of command ceremony and retirement honors. Accept our gratitude and appreciation for the exemplary career rendered by our outgoing Chief PNP, Police General Camilo P. Cascolan. Give him due recognition for his accomplishments worthy of emulation. Be with him as he continues to serve you in whatever capacity that may come his way with the abundance of your blessings. In like manner, we also ask you to pour down your divine providence upon our incoming Chief PNP, Police General Debold M. Sinas. Bestow him, dear Lord, the fortitude to lead and inspire the PNP organization to embrace a highly capable, effective, and credible police service. Finally, unite us all with the mystery of your salvation and sacred protection as we continue to perform our sworn duties and responsibilities. We beseech for your special blessings upon our guest of honor, Secretary Eduardo M. Anyo. Grant that his ascendancy upon us would steer the PNP organization towards the betterment of the service in the greater glory of your heavenly kingdom. All this we ask and pray in your most holy name. Amen.
Please be seated. Police Lieutenant General Guillermo Lorenzo Eleazar, the Deputy Chief PNP for Administration, will now deliver his welcome remarks.
Secretary of Interior and Local Government, Eduardo M. Anyo, our guest of honor and presiding officer,
General Camilo Cascolan, sir, outgoing Chief PNP and our honorary, and his family and relatives, Big and Gino. Police Major General Debol M. Sinas, our incoming Chief PNP, and his family, his daughter Abby. Police Lieutenant General Cascolan Urbina, our Deputy Chief PNP for Operations. Police Lieutenant General Felito Veracruz, the Chief Director of Staff. The members of the Director of Staff, the regional directors, directors of special support units, and senior officers. We have so many VIPs present here. I won't mention them one by one. We will reserve this to our honorary and incoming Chief PNP to acknowledge and greet all of them. Of course, to acknowledge the former PNP chiefs present here. We have Senator Bato, Ronald Bato de la Rosa. And of course, Police General Archie Gamboa and Michael. We'd like to acknowledge also Military Vicar Bishop Oscar Jaime Lorenzo. We have other government officials. We have Mayor Francis Zamora of San Juan City. Madam Yuna Garma of PCSO. And the members of Senate Tara class of 1986 and their ladies, palakpakan po natin. Of course, the members of the year class of 1987 and their ladies, palakpakan po natin. Other distinguished guests and other government officials present here and attending virtually. Men and women of the PNP, members of the media, ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon, and welcome to this change of command and retirement ceremony for Police General Camilo Cascolan. On behalf of the 221-strong Philippine National Police, we would like to thank you all, especially our SILG Secretary Eduardo M. Año, for your presence here today, sir, in yet another milestone in the history of the Philippine National Police as we honor Police General Cascolan's tenure as Chief PNP and welcome Police Major General Sinas as he takes command. We thank you, Secretary Año, sir, for your unwavering support and genuine concern for each and every man and women of the PNP. Leadership is never measured by how long you stay on top. It is always gauged by how you make a difference, by how you inspire your people, and by how you make your people realize that they are all an integral part of a team. Today, let me honor the person whom we learned that valuable lesson. His year of duty as the 24th Chief of our beloved Philippine National Police may be too short, but for every officer who knows and works with you, and for every personnel you witness your work ethics, it was indeed a meaningful and productive 2 months. Always work as if it is your last day. This is what I heard from him during his interview yesterday. I personally witnessed how his visions are immediately translated into actions as it would be the doomsday, the next, that they have to be implemented. But amid the pressure to work, even with his mere presence, I can personally vouch for the sincerity of his ideas and actions to boost the morale, enhance the skills and capabilities, and empower every PNP personnel down to the lowest rank. As a professional police officer for more than 3 decades, Sir Pinoy, my company mate, has contributed significantly to building the PNP into an organization that is adequately prepared to perform the mission to serve and protect our people. He led and inspired the PNP personnel with unwavering resolve to promote the values of integrity, service, teamwork, excellence, and professionalism. And as the 24th Chief of the PNP, he exemplified effective and efficient character and leadership, which are vital in facing challenges in his command. We have achieved significant gains in further reducing the already declining nationwide index crime in our fight against illegal drugs to keep every street and community safe. And if you want to sustain that momentum and for the people to continue appreciating our sacrifices and hard work, we will need the same commitment to the core values of service, honor, and justice upon which the institution is built. That is why I am confident that the successor, my Misa, who is Major General Devolve Encinas, will keep his legacy and passion for excellence in public service. And I also believe that, like you, sir, your successor, a proud member of the PMA Hinirang class of 1987, will be inspiration of honest service and leadership in the PNP. Pasensya na sir, kung medyo nabibigyan emphasis yung klase namin. Masyado kasi pinalaga ng PMA class 86, kaya by pressure. Our Philippine National Police has always been guided by the concept of framework of teamwork. We work hard as one, we face all the challenges as one, and we strive and achieve our mission as one. And for us to sustain momentum that we gained in the more than 4 years of the administration of our Commander-in-Chief, President Rodrigo Roa Duterte, we need to ensure that the PNP functions efficiently and effectively as the main law enforcement arm of the national government. To our 24th PNP Chief, General Camilo of Cascolan, thank you sir, and happy birthday to Ma'am Bing and Jiro, na sa uli na namin sa inyo, Sir Picoy. Again, I wish you the happiest birthday, sir, and more quality time with your family. Please relax and enjoy your retirement, sir, and comfortably watch how the PMA Hinirang Class 87 takes over and run things in our beloved organization. But of course, based on the leadership knowledge that you and the 3 other chiefs of PMA Class 86 had shared, and the good examples that you all set. The legacies that you all left behind are all safe in the hands of the people you all mentioned. To the PMA Hinirang Class of 1987, this is our time. And it starts with organizational full support and commitment to the leadership of the 25th Chief of the Philippine National Police. Again, thank you, the Police General Camilo, sir, for your service. We salute you, sir, for the job well done. And to incoming Chief PNP, Police General Devolve Encinas, our Mr. Congratulations, sir. Mabuhay po ang PNP at mabuhay ang
Thank you very much, sir. At this juncture, Police Brigadier General Rolando Hinanay, the Acting Director for Personnel and Records Management, will read a citation of the Philippine Legion of Honor Award. Police General Camilo Pangcassius Pascua Cascolan is requested to rise and move forward.
Kanyang palas. Be it known to all men by this presence that I, Rodrigo Roa Duterte, President of the Philippines, by virtue of the powers vested in me by law, for a well-accomplished task, to play the major responsibility that exemplifies strong leadership and effective management as Chief PNP from September 2 to November 10, 2020. For his diligent support and strict implementation of the duly constituted programs of the Republic of the Philippines, most especially against illegal drugs and illegal gambling, for the period of September 2020, a total of 4,356 police operations were conducted that resulted in the arrest of 5,756 drug personalities, 113 surrendered, and confiscation of more than 173 million pesos worth of illegal drugs. In support of small town lottery, a total of 873 police operations were conducted that resulted in the arrest of 1,678 violators and confiscation of more than 3 million pesos worth of cash and articles used in illegal gambling, and 70 cases were filed in court. For the strict implementation of intensified police presence, with a total of 3,209,559 foot and mobile patrol operations conducted, aggressive police operations, and other police interventions that led to the arrest of lawless elements, which effectively contributed to the significant decrease of prevalent crimes. For his proficient supervision on the campaign against criminal gangs, a total of 14 criminal gangs were dismantled and 185 leaders and members were accounted. While on the campaign against the country's top most wanted personalities with monetary rewards for their capture, 2 personalities were arrested and 1 opted to surrender. And on the campaign against other wanted persons, a total of 5,333 were arrested and 9 personalities surrendered. For his proficient supervision on the campaign against communist terrorist groups, there were 325 personalities accounted, 290 surrendered, 28 arrested, and 7 died during police operations. And on the campaign against local terrorist groups, 3 members died during police operations. In other operations, it resulted in the arrest of 1 person and surrender of 7 others. For his excellent leadership during the unexpected outbreak of COVID-19 pandemic that greatly affected human life, the Philippine National Police, upon my instructions, extended assistance to the community in maintaining peace and order and assist the local government in the delivery of much-needed government services. For his initiative to promote Bayanihan spirit, coupled with community service-oriented policy, for stronger partnership and more active engagement with communities, in ensuring peace and order and addressing criminality, giving priority on the campaign against illegal drugs, illegal gambling, and other focused crimes, anti-violent extremism, terrorism, internal security operations, and maximizing the police visibility to sustain the gains against crime and violence. With his laudable accomplishments, Police General Cascolan clearly manifested selfless dedication and commitment to the police service, have caused to be inscribed in the roster of the Philippine Legion of Honor the name of Camilo Cascolan, Police General, Philippine National Police, with the rank of Comandante, done in the city of Manila this 10th day of November in the year of our Lord 2020.
Secretary Eduardo Belmanio will now present the Philippine Legion of Honor. Mrs. Amelia Talalgo Cascolan is requested to assist her husband as he receives the award. Thank you very much, sir. Congratulations, and please be seated. The Acting Director, DPRM, Police Brigadier General Rolando Hinanay, will now read the relief and designation orders.
Republic of the Philippines, National Police Commission, National Headquarters, Philippine National Police, Camp Brigadier General Rafael T. Crame, Quezon City. Termination of designation. Pursuant to General Orders Number NHQ-GO-TDS-2020-2515 NHQ PNP dated November 10, 2020, the designation of Police General Camilo P. Cascolan, ODA 05128, as the Chief Philippine National Police is terminated effective November 10, 2020. Designation. Pursuant to General Orders Number NSQ-GO-DES-2020-2517 NSQ PNP dated November 10, 2020. Police General Dibol Menoria Sinas, ODA 06540, is designated as the Chief Philippine National Police effective November 10, 2020 by the direction of President Rodrigo Roa Duterte. Official Eduardo M. Año, Secretary of Interior and Local Government. Signed, Rolando J. Hinanay, Police Brigadier General, the Acting Director for Personnel and Records Management.
The outgoing Chief of the Philippine National Police, Police General Camilo Cascolan, will now read and sign the order for his relinquishment of command.
Relinquishment of command. Pursuant to General Orders Number NSQ, GOTDS 2020-2515, National Headquarters, Philippine National Police, dated November 10, 2020. I hereby relinquish my position as the Chief Philippine National Police, effective this date, November 10, 2020, and I sign.
The outgoing Chief PNP will now order CESCO PNP to hold down his personal flag.
Please lower down.
A personal flag is an indicative of their authority or command. The lowering of the personal flag signifies handing over his responsibilities attached to his possession. This signals the end of the brilliant and sterling police service of the Chief PNP.
Bakit ba?
The incoming Chief PNP, Police General Dibol Menoria Sinas, will now read and sign the order for his assumption of command.
Assumption of office. Pursuant to General Orders Number NHQ GODAS 2020-25-17, National Headquarters, Philippine National Police, dated November 10, 2020, I hereby assume the position as the Chief Philippine National Police, effective November 10, 2020, and I sign.
We shall now witness the handover of command symbol to be presided by the Secretary of the Interior and Local Government, Secretary Eduardo Año. A round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. Please be seated. The new Chief PNP will now give his first order of the day to raise his personal flag.
Okay po ba yan? Okay po ba yung
Raising of personal flag symbolizes authority and signifies that someone is now in command of the Philippine National Police. And now, ladies and gentlemen, let us welcome the 25th Chief of the Philippine National Police, Police General Debold Menoria Sinas, for his inaugural speech, to be immediately followed by the introduction of our guest of honor and speaker in today's ceremony.
To our guest of honor and presiding officer, Secretary Eduardo M. Anyo, sir, and to other guests, good afternoon. Allow me to start my speech with the Latin words ora et labora, an oft-heard phrase roughly translate as work equals prayer. I am not a super religious person, but I always entrust to God all my troubles, and I always have faith in His providence and generosity. As I consider my work as my prayer, I always give my 100%. I believe in God that He has a desire for me to serve and protect our people. Thus, I stand before you now as the 25th Chief of the Philippine National Police with a humble heart, and I give Him all the glory. Allow me also to take this opportunity to express my heartfelt gratitude and thanks to our Commander-in-Chief, President Rodrigo Roa Duterte, for the trust and confidence he has entrusted and given to me to lead the Philippine National Police. Sir, rest assured that the full force of the Philippine National Police will give its unwavering support to the national government in the relentless campaign against illegal drugs, corruption in the government, and criminality. To Senator Bong Go, sir, thank you for entrusting my capability as a public servant. To our Secretary of the Interior and Local Government, Secretary Eduardo M. Anyo, sir, thank you for believing in my ability and capability by including my name in the shortlisted candidates for the top cap of the Philippine National Police. To Senator Sir Bato de la Rosa, sir, and Sir Ping Lacson, thank you for the trust and confidence in my ability to lead the PNP. You are always my idol, sir. To Sir Raul Castañeda and to Ma'am L.D. Castañeda, to Sir Mong and Ma'am Jenny de los Reyes, and to Sir Art Kakdak, sir, and of course, to Sir Archie and Ma'am Twinkle Gamboa. Thank you very much for your continuing support and belief in myself. I'd like to thank also to Father Oscar Lorenzo, sir. Thank you for coming, sir. And I've also invited another bishop, the Archbishop of Cebu, Archbishop Jose Palma, but he declined because of pandemic and the time to travel. Both of the two bishops, I'm assured that my leadership will be guided by God. To the outgoing Chief PNP, Police General Camilo Cascolan, and to his family, I am glad and honored to receive the help of the PNP from your capable hands. To my classmates in the Hinirang class and the respective family, the now famous Hinirang class of 1967, we starting with our DCA, Police Lieutenant General Gilor Rizal. Of course, nandito rin po yung sa Coast Guard natin, si General George Sabia, sir. Thank you for coming. And to my other classmates, maraming salamat sa lahat ng suporta at kooperasyon niyo po. To the members of the Diplomatic Corps, again, I'd like to mention our military vicar, and together with Father Camilo Jola, thank you for gracing the occasion. To my guests present here today and in virtual space, I'd like to acknowledge them. First, I'd like to acknowledge Coach Tony and Jim Saret. Nandito po sila po ang nagbibigay po ng 4-minute exercise po sa amin. Okay? We have also invited my classmate, but he was not able to come, but he joined us through Zoom, Lieutenant General Cirilito Subihana, the Commanding General of the Philippine Army. I have also my squad leader and the squad leader of our DCO during Fleetwood, Police Major General Noli Talino, sir. Nandiyan po siya sa likod. Thank you for coming, sir. I have also here another from the Philippine Coast Guard. Kasama ko po sa Cebu, si Rear Admiral Ronnie Hill Gaban. I'd like also to acknowledge Yusek Roberto Bernardo of the DPWH and our friend from Cebu, Yusek Luigi Kisumbing and Don Mendoza. Nandiyan po siya sa likod, kasama po niya sa table si General Talino. Of course, my friend, Mayor Bing Limaco Salazar of Zamboanga City. Thank you to Mayor Edwin Olivares, the Chairman of ARPOC NCR, and to all the city and municipal mayors of Metro Manila. Thank you for your support and cooperations. Also, I reserve my thanks who is here, Mayor Francis Zamora of San Juan City. Mayor Zamora is my third negotiators in the Green Hills hostage staking on March 2, 2020. He was one of the reasons why our negotiation was successful and no bloodshed was spilled. Thank you very much, Mayor, for coming. Of course, to the wife of my buddy and bankmate, Mrs. Janice Zamora, si Jumbo ay hindi po nakarating at tumawag na lang po siya. Of course, to one of our friends, Mr. Ramon Ang of the San Miguel Corporations, who cannot join, but he's ably represented by Mr. Nap Magno. Nandito po siya from San Juan Corporation. We have also here Captain Miljon Peña Florida of the Philippine Navy. Of course, these are all friends since I was assigned in arms. Colonel Art Palma from the Philippine Army, EODT. Marami pong salamat sa inyo. I'd like to acknowledge also the Regional Advisory Council of NCR, led by Ambassador Dicky Yuhiko, for their support during my stay as the RD in CRPO. I would like to thank the RAC, the Regional Advisor of Pro-7, led by Sir Fulgencio Gesta, for their support when I was the RD in Pro-7. In that matter, I'd like to thank all the RAC members of the different police regional offices whom I have met and dealt with. Thank you very much, sirs and ma'am, for your help and cooperations. To the members of the PNP Command Group, headed by the Deputy Chief PNP for Administration, Police Lieutenant General Gilo Elizar, the Deputy Chief for Operation, Police General Cesar Binag, and the Acting Chief of the Director of Staff, Police Major General Jose Belacos. If you will see, we all belong to Class 87, the Hiniran class. Also, I'd like to acknowledge the head of the Inspector General of IAS, Attorney Alpigal Triangulosel, the directors of the different director staff and their teams, the directors of the National Administrative and Operational Support Unit, the regional directors of the police regional offices, and the different members of the respective units. I'd like to acknowledge the presence of Team in CRPO. Please rise to be recognized. Join me here in case kailangan ko ng additional staff. Thank you, Team NCRPO. To all my mentors and previous bosses from whom I gained wisdom and knowledge, I am forever grateful for the guidance and patience you have given to me. To my friends and personal staff, thank you for your prayers and untiring encouragement in my quest of delivering the optimum service to our country and people. To the other friends I have not mentioned, please indulge me at pagbigyan niyo na ako kasi mahaba po yung speech ko. To my family, to my mother, Susan, who is viewing us through Zoom, she is already 75 years old. To my daughter, who is here, Abby, and to my sister and brothers, thank you for the love and support. To all the men and women of the Philippine National Police and to all the guests I failed to mention, I give my sincerest appreciation to all. As the newly installed Chief of the Philippine National Police today, I will do away with the tradition of laying down an agenda as Chief PNP. But instead, I would like to manifest my intention to pursue the new narrative of the PNP that has been written and set by my predecessors that requires continuity. I will build on the strengths and successes aligned with the established PNP trust, missions, and objectives. Also, I intend to write a new chapter through the new and continuing initiative in response to the challenges that may come along during my stint as the Chief PNP. To the men and women of the Philippine National Police, I expect nonetheless, together with the command group, that we will solidly bolt in one aspiration of achieving our mandate as servant of peace and frontrunners in the upholding the rules of law. Kung hindi kayo makikibot in sa amin, si Voltes 5 na mismo ang mag-ibig sa inyo. Lagi nating tandaan ang ating sinumpaang tungkulin bilang tagapagpapatupad ng batas. Simple lang po ang gusto ko bilang ama ng ating organisasyon. We should walk the talk in the PNP. Magtrabaho tayo ayon sa ating mandato tungo sa ligtas at matahimik na mamayan. We will focus on sustaining and enhancing the President's commitment in the eradication of illegal drugs, corruption, terrorism, illegal gambling, and other criminalities. We will continue the effective programs and approaches to these problems that already brought positive outcomes and feedback from our community. To effectively and efficiently achieve our goals? First, we will continue to optimize the utilization of resources through the different fiscal reforms, such as, but not limited to the downloading of funds to the different PNP units through a systematic and transparent mechanism, efficient and transparent procurement, and ensure the optimal utilization through the religious audit on the downloaded funds. Second, we will execute diligently the existing PNP policies, including the established PNP narrative to provide effective public service. On the campaign against illegal drugs, we will revitalize the different drug enforcement units to focus their operation on anti-illegal drugs in the apprehension of high-value targets or individuals, and in the identification and neutralization of the remaining ninja and narco cops, including its associates and associated networks. Drug enforcement unit will be manned by personnel with no reported or suspected involvement in illegal drugs to ensure its integrity. Likewise, replacement of personnel currently assigned in all drug enforcement unit, which with appropriately vetted policemen will be enforced. We will also fortify the competency of police operatives on anti-illegal drugs by equipping them with the right knowledge, skills, through training and equipment. On the campaign against corrupt practices, we will further strengthen the personnel discipline mechanism of the PNP and penalize erring PNP personnel. We will continue to enforce religiously and honestly on the no-take policy on illegal funds from illegal drugs, drug lords, gambling lords, and other illegal sources of funds. This has been implemented by my predecessors. All personnel are also directed not to play golf during office hours and to adhere with the directive of the President to strictly observe and comply with the provision of government officials and employees against going to gambling casinos. Any member of the PNP who will be involved in corrupt practices will not be tolerated and will be immediately investigated and dismissed from the police service if found guilty under the PNP disciplinary mechanism or in the proper court of law. Equally important also is the strict observance of discipline inside police camps and police stations. Administrative cases will be resolved properly and immediately, and penalties will be implemented in order to remove the inept, corrupt, and undisciplined personnel in the police service. To fast-track decisions, we will empower the different level of commanders from NHU down to the regional, provincial, city, and municipal police station to exercise their disciplinary powers to ensure that all admin cases are resolved. On the campaign on illegal gambling, we will ensure to stop the operation of unlicensed gaming corporations as well as the small-time illegal gambling operators in order to curb their unlawful operations. In our fight against terrorism, with the implementation of Executive Order Number 70 and the National Task Force to End Local Communist Armed Conflict, or the NTF-LCAP, the PNP will accept the challenge of the President to combat the terrorists, whether in the red area or in the white area, and the operations should be anchored on the whole of the nation approach. We will be winning the hearts and minds of our people, and will do our part to help end this insurgency. On the campaign against criminality, to optimize police service to the community, police visibility will be strengthened through the 15 and 85 deployment scheme, wherein 15% will be on duty at the headquarters to do administrative functions, and the 85 will be in the field for more focused police operations, crime prevention through patrolling and police visibility. This is to maximize the presence of policemen on the street with the end view of reducing street crimes and improving crime solution efficiency. It is almost a year since the outbreak of COVID-19 pandemic. Yet the PNP stood its ground without hesitation in serving our communities, and we shall continue to do so. The PNP will not halt in providing our police services through our community-oriented policing programs until we reach normalcy. In line with the challenges we face, we as one of the frontliners in combating COVID-19, we will ensure that health of our PNP personnel will not be compromised. Adherence to the health standards and protocols will be strongly enforced. The conduct of infodemics shall be properly supervised, and all regional directors shall establish and maintain quarantine facilities for our personnel. All police station shall maintain its own station health units in order to take care of all their personnel. This should be implemented in a PNP-wide implementations. This undertaking will be backed by the PNP managed health care facilities from the national headquarters down to the police station to ensure the health of our people. We all know that personnel is one of the key to the success of any organization. We will strengthen our human resource by providing individual professional development opportunities and assistance to deserving personnel, which includes the following components: awards and decorations, placement and promotion, health and legal assistance, educational and scholarship grant, among others. This will ensure that appropriate awards will be given to the PNP personnel who excel in the performance of their respective tasks nationwide. Only those who will perform will be rewarded, and personnel who intend to violate lawful instruction and orders and directives will be punished accordingly. Moreover, to fully realize all our plans and programs while adopting the new normal of learning, we will require PNP personnel to undergo appropriate competency training and technical enhancement activities to level up their skill sets. You must remember that without sharpening our attitude, standing on the battleground will not increase our chance of winning. In closing, I call everyone, to all members of the PNP, to vote in and to form a solid and united PNP. And together, we will start our quest of achieving our aim of continuing transformation and good governance to achieve a highly capable, effective, and credible police force. Muli, maraming salamat sa inyong lahat. Magandang hapon at mabuhay po tayong lahat. Now, my second part is to introduce our guest of honor and speaker. Ladies and gentlemen, let us welcome our guest of honor for today, the Secretary of the Interior and Local Government, Secretary Eduardo M. Año. Sir.
Thank you, General Demonstration. Kaupo po tayo. May I first greet the outgoing PNP Chief, Police General Camilo from Cascolan, and his wife, Mrs. Amelia Cascolan, and son, Gino. The newly installed PNP Chief, Police Major General Debol Minoria Sinas, and Dr. Miss Abby Sinas. May I also greet Senator Ronald Bato de la Rosa. and also General Archie Gamboa and Vice President. General Gilbert Gapay, the AP Chief of Staff. Admiral George Usabia, Commandant of the Philippine Coast Guard. Vice Admiral Giovanni Carlo Bacordo, our Philippine Navy colleague. Bishop Oscar Jaime Florencio, the military ordinary of the Philippines, our military fighter. The PNP Command Group, Police Lieutenant General Guillermo Lorenzo Yasar, our PGEN, Police Lieutenant General Cesar Houghton Binag, the PGCR, Police Major General Joselito Vera Cruz, our PCDS. PNP Directorial Staff and National Support Units Directors, Local Chief Executives present, Mayor Francis Zamora of San Juan City. PCSO General Manager Rolin Garma. Undersecretary Robert Bernardo of TPWF. Asek June Sajarin of Department of Agrarian Reform. Former PNP Chief present, officers of the National Capital Region Provincial Office, commission and non-commissioned officers of the PNP led by the CESPO Police Executive Master Sergeant Felipe Kiana, families and friends of the incoming and outgoing PNP Chief, may I ask first the PMA Class 86 to stand up to be recognized. And also the PMA Class 87, please stand up to be recognized. The new class to reckon with. Friends from the media, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. Indeed, it is with great pleasure to be with you once again as we chronicle another momentous occasion of the Philippine National Police. Today, we gather to accord honor and gratitude to a person who selflessly dedicated his life to public service and at the same time witnessed a time-honored tradition of passing the baton to another officer qualified for the police force position. When Police General Camilo Cascolan took command of the 205,000 strong men and women of the PNP, our police forces were pressed on every side by problems posed by COVID-19. Already beset by this pandemic, the PNP also faced a host of other threats perpetuated by enemies that broiled in the cesspool of illegal drugs, criminality, insurgency, and terrorism. Dagdag pa rito ang matinding pagsubok na dala ng hagupit ng pamimroli sa ating bansa kamakailan lamang. With families desperately clamoring for help, our PNP personnel alongside government and civil society organizations responded to the people's needs while keeping the public order in affected communities. But in spite of the encumbering weight of these suffocating predicaments, we witnessed how Chief Cascolan led the PNP dig its heels firmly to the ground and refused to be knocked down by the unrelenting trials. And it was because of this tenacity that the Philippine National Police continues to prove they indeed are one of the society's pillars of discipline and compassion during periods of great uncertainties. Thank you, Chief Cascolan, for undertaking the Herculean task of reorganizing and restructuring the units and officers of the organization, despite being confronted with the limits and pressures of time. I also laud your leadership in the decentralization and streamlining of frontline services to accommodate the demands of the new normal. Maraming salamat sa iyong pamumuno dahil nanatiling tapat at tutok ang buong organisasyon sa pagpapatupad ng inyong 9 points agenda. Further, stark improvements have been made in the ranks of the PNP as our law enforcement saw vast improvements in the wake of our capacity, character, and credibility building initiatives. Increased police visibility in localities, especially in far-flung barangays, has also prevented crimes and malicious activities from festering in our country. As a result, focused crimes dropped by 46% in September to October 2020. Isang palakpak naman po dyan. Thus, with criminals, illegal drug peddlers, communist insurgents and terrorist groups now more fearful of the bite of the law, not only have we gained traction in earning the trust of the Filipino citizenry, but we have also improved the image of the Philippine National Police in the eyes of the international community. This is evidenced by the Gallup 2020 Global Law and Order Survey, which revealed that the Philippines is among the top 50 safest countries in the world, obtaining an index score of 84%, along with Australia, New Zealand, Poland, and Serbia. All this now come full circle as healthier police-community relations have pushed our all of nation endeavors against the peace spoilers, disasters, and the pandemic forward. Truly, the challenges of the era may have been Herculean and intimidating, but the successes have also been vastly encouraging. So I commend the leadership of Chief Picoy Cascolan for scaling up the quality of the law enforcement in the country. Through the years, you have earned the right to be called a man of action, a man whose heart beats deep for public service. In a police career spanning almost 4 decades, you have left an indelible mark fighting against criminality, shoring up peace and order drives, providing unyielding support to the ranks, and most notably, integrating no-nonsense and top-notch professionalism, dedication, and leadership. Tunay na karapat-dapat kang purihin at pasalamatan sa pagiging tapat sa iyong sinumpang tungkulin. Certainly, all this will not be possible without the love, support, and understanding of your families and loved ones who stood by your side and served as your strength and inspiration in your 38 years in the service. The Chief Cascolan's wife, Madam Amelia B. Canalo Cascolan, and son Jose Giro, you also rightfully deserve the accolades and gratitude the Filipino people that endowed to your husband and father. Please stand up. Palakpakan po natin sila. Thank you. Picoy, now that you are about to retire your bonds, I pray for your heart's fulfillment and the further realization of your dreams as you take your final bow as a man in uniform. I hope that you never grow weary of serving others even on an unofficial capacity. At sana rin ay mas makapaglaan ka na mas mahabang panahon para sa iyong pamilya, sa iyong sarili, at sa mga libang halos hindi mo nagawa dahil abalakan nung ikaw ay ating Chief PNP. Once again, the whole nation, the whole department, the whole organization of the Philippine National Police, thank you for your commitment and for your service to the country. Maraming salamat. Dear Cascolan. The Filipino people will be forever indebted to you. At a time when the country faces mounting challenges and continues to bend over backwards to rebuild from the ground up. The Philippine people deserve police leaders and officers who bear the modern image of a respectable public servant. We need well-equipped, strong-minded, and morally upright law enforcers who can command the respect and esteem of the citizens. We need leaders who can go the extra mile and serve with a patriotism that puts the interests of others above their own. This is our sole duty, and we must give nothing less than true and selfless public service. Therefore, I trust that Police Major General Debol Menoria Sinas will be able to work on and realize the vision.
Naka-on na ulit ako regarding
Ladies and gentlemen, we shall now witness the retirement honors for Police General Camilo Cascolan as we recognize his illustrious career and selfless service to the nation. And now the presentation of the PNP Awards and Memento. Our honorary Police General Cascolan is requested to rise, and Mrs. Amelia Cascolan and son Jose Chiro to join him and assist as he receives his awards and memento. To present the award is Secretary Eduardo Wanyo together with the Chief PNP and his command group. For his exceptional performance of major responsibility as Chief PNP from September 2 to November 10, 2020, and took the challenge to lead the organization with great determination and persistence to effectively address the pressing concerns confronted by the PNP. Medalya ng Katapatan sa Paglilingkod is presented to Police General Camilo Cascolan. For having completed 38 years, 7 months, and 9 days of faithful and honorable service with the PNP from April 1, 1982 to November 10, 2020, Medalya ng Paglilingkod PNP Long Service Medal with 3 silver stars is presented to Police General Camilo Cascolan. Our honoree will likewise receive his gallery of awards, a compilation of his medals accumulated in his more than 38 years with the Philippine National Police. He shall likewise receive his retirement ID. And now, presented to Police General Cascolan is his ATM, where his commutation includes leave, as well as potential leave credit. Our honoree is also a recipient of the Command Saber, as he is given the honor and recognition for offering his years of noble service to the PNP and the country. Police General Cascolan will also receive a replica of his PNP badge, O-05128. As a token of gratitude, the PNP would like to present a gift to Police General Cascolan. may we now request Police Major General Alfred Corpus, the Director for Operations, to present the Police Cavalier Association Incorporated or Bicay Memento to our honoree. Thank you very much, Major General Corpus. At this point, may we request Mrs. Amelia Canalco Cascolan to receive the plaque of appreciation for her unselfish and faithful devotion to her partner in life and whose support, love, sacrifice, and understanding made possible her husband's lasting contribution to the PNP. And lastly, a token will also be given to Mrs. Amelia Cascolan. Thank you very much, sir. Again, congratulations, and you may now be seated. At this point, ladies and gentlemen, we shall now hear the valedictory of our honoree. Ladies and gentlemen, Police General Camilo Pancratius Pascua Cascolan.
The President of the Republic of the Philippines, Mayor Rodrigo Roa Duterte, Senator Lawrence Christopher Bongo, our very own Senator Bato de la Rosa, Speaker Lord Alan Velasco, and our honorary today, Secretary Eduardo Edman, sir. The incoming Chief of the Philippine National Police, General Debold Sinasir, and I always say this, the team leader of my dream team of the Philippine National Police, no other than the Deputy Chief for Administration, Lieutenant General Gilor Elazar. Please give it a big hand. The assistant team leader of my dream team PNP, no other than Deputy Chief for Operations, Lieutenant General Cesar Hofer Binag. The assistant to the assistant team leader of the dream team PNP, parati siyang assistant to eh. Lieutenant General Joselito Del Cruz, and as the Deputy Chief of Administration says, my chickens. To the other members of my dream team, may I start? And I would like to recognize them because of the fact that they have helped and assisted much of me during my 2 months stint. 2 months, but it was too long, really too long. The Deputy and the Director for Records and Management, no other than Major General R.J. Hinanay. We call him RDP. I think the Director for Intelligence is still not here. He's still on quarantine, but I would like to recognize him, Major General Ferdinand Vina. The Director for Operations, parating naglabat sa akin, Major General Alfred Corpus. The Director for Logistics, whom I think, oh, he's already here, Major General Joselito. Casimiro, I'm sorry. Pag tumatanda ka na, hindi ka blackout ka talaga. Sorry, Joe. The Director for Plans, no other than Major General Jonas Calleja. The Director for Information Communication Technology, no other than Major General Celso Castaño. The Director for Human Resource Development Doctrine, no other than Major General Clifton Episo. the Director for Controllership, my kababayan, Major General Gringo Licop, the Director for Special Action Force, Major General Joel Balba, is still here, I think he's still out. The Director for CIDG, no other than Major General Jigs Coronel. The Director, I think, the Regional Directors, the Director for Police Community Relations, no other than Major General Rodel Simonia. The Director for Research and Development, Major General Dennis Agustin. The Director for Investigation and Detection Management, Major General Marty Marcos. All the regional directors from regional directors of all PROs, may we ask you to stand, please. Thank you. And if I may, I have a magic 5 in my dream team. The Director of DIPOS. Director for DIPO Southern Zone, Major General, Brigadier General Manny Abu, who is still in quarantine, I believe. He's still here already. Quarantine pa rin siya. The Director for Northern Zone, Major General Ono Daway. The Director for Visayas, Major General Caloy Carlos. The Director for Eastern Mindanao, no other than Major General Arnel Escobar. And the Director for Western Mindanao, Major General Chiki Malaya. Gentlemen, these 5 will soon be Lieutenant Generals. And they have done good just for 1 month or less than 1 month establishing the camps outside or in counterinsurgency areas. I also wish to recognize the Director for Internal Affairs Service, Attorney Trifalgar Triangle. And may I, of course, recognize the presence of General Gilbert Gapay, Chief of Staff, PNP. Military Viper Oscar Jaime Florencio. Rear Admiral Ronnie Gavan. Admiral George Osabia, Navy Admiral Joey Bacordo, another kababayan, of course, the Mayor Francis Zamora, Mayor of San Juan City, and Yusek Robert Bernardo. Of course, my good friend, our good friend Nap is also there. May I also recognize the visitors, all the visitors of General de Bolsines, who are here with us right now. My other classmates, General Archie Gamboa and Rico. I forgot to recognize the wife of Admiral Osabia, Mrs. Agnes Osabia. The members, other members of Class 1986, Vice Admiral Gao Puliado, Philippine Navy. And one of my mentors, no other than General Noel Barcelos. And the other good friend of mine, General Chen Purganan. And we have, of course, Engineer Jolly Kabanman. Engineer ka na ngayon. All the directors of the national support units were present with us. Of course, I would want also to greet ito yun, Mrs. Cookie Aplasta and her husband, is here. Mau Aplasta, former Major Aplasta. Mrs. Scarlett Hoxon with her husband, General Rodel Hoxon. Hindi ka lang kayahin. Anyway, the other members of the General Manolo Ozaita and his wife. And also another one, also one of my mentors, Colonel Val Gison, is he still here? I think I would want, of course, to mention the other VIPs, most especially my wife, Amelia Baby Cascolan, and my son, Giro, and my siblings, Consuelo Cascolan, Mrs. Amparo Ampil from the Department of Agriculture, Mr. Camilo Cascolan Jr. from the Department of Bureau of Customs, Mrs. Esperanza Covarrubias from the Overseas Workers Welfare Administration, Mrs. Celia Brillantes from the Department of Health, and Attorney Maita Andres and his son, and her son, and our good friends Sibay and Attorney Stephen Cascolan and his wife. Do you like this somebody? Of course, Mrs. Lisa De Vigilio, my bayaw, and his son Julian. Are they still here? Of course, Baby Moreno, Colonel Cornelio Brillantes, my bayaw from the Philippine Air Force, here, and Dr. Rainier Talango from Bacolod City. Of course, Attorney Sandy Coronel. And I just don't know if they are here, the wife of my former boss and idol, no other than Mrs. Sol Mendoza. Over here. Congressman Mark Leandro Mendoza. Of course, Miss Liz De La Rosa. My other friends, James Uy, Ryan Rojas, of course, a very good friend, Mr. Melchor Praga, Gemma Alhama, Polier, Archie Grappa, Dr. Kelly Smith, Congressman Tony Aquino, is he here? Friends from the Metrobank, Hiro Fernandez, thank you, Edsel Gino, David Lawrence Andres, and Rubilin Rodriguez. I'm so sorry that was so long, but hope you give me this chance. This will be my last speech before I retire and before I will be enjoying my life. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, a good and blessed afternoon. As I took the line during the honors accorded to me a while ago, I recall the humble beginning of my military police career that started when we were accepted as plebes at the Philippine Military Academy. Do not worry, because I will not recall the last 38 years of my life. I will just share the highlights as I trace back to the time when I joined the noble profession of arms with the Philippine Constabulary and then with the Philippine National Police. And until this moment, when I am about to hang my uniform, permanently full of contentment that I will be leaving the police service better than we started, and that every pain, every drop of sweat and blood, and all the sacrifices were not in vain. Looking back, it was in 1986 when I, together with my classmates from the illustrious class of PNA 1986, stood on the same hallowed ground, newly commissioned young and dashing second lieutenants, reporting to the headquarters, Philippine Constabulary. It was a very crucial and meaningful time in the history of our nation when democracy has just been restored with the lifting of martial law. Reverberating in my mind is the message of our then Commander-in-Chief, President Corazon Aquino, where she said, and I quote, "You, the finest of our military youth, have the reason to be the proudest graduating class in PMA history. By your actions in the final days of the People's Revolution, you went through a graduation ceremony far greater importance than any held on this field. You hold a sacred trust. You lead this academy to play your part as officers in helping our nation back to its feet after years of prostration. Once more, you are back when you have longed to be, on the side of the people." Unquote. Young and full of idealism, I acknowledge that indeed it was the best time to start my career as a uniformed officer and public servant, and vowed to make a difference for our beloved country. The Philippines was, after all, starting on a fresh note, and so were we, members of Sinagtala class of 1986. In our own way, we wanted to serve as a beacon of light to the rest of our continent, bringing brighter future and hope as our nation journeyed for a better future. Today, after more than 3 decades, much has transpired, and I had my own story to tell. I retrace my steps and look back with pride and fulfillment. Though with much nostalgia, I can say that it has been the best journey of my life. A journey I feel fortunate to have shared with you one way or the other. A journey that I would readily take again if given a chance. A long journey of dedicated uniformed service marked with many breakthroughs and milestones and spiced with both highs and lows, and a number of lessons learned along the way. As I look back, what I carried me through the difficult and challenging paths were the PMA ideals of courage, integrity, and loyalty. Ideals that I know will help me carry through the rest of my life. It was courage that helped me through the rigors of regimental cadet life. It was the same courage that toughened and brought me amidst the dangers in the battlefields of Mindanao, fighting and going after the insurgents, terrorists, and secessionist rebels in all my assignments. Like in my younger years, it was courage that enabled me and my team to apprehend rebels and confiscate the biggest number of high-caliber firearms along the Tubok River in the municipality of Malabang, Lanao del Sur, diminishing the firepower capability of the enemy to mount attacks against government troops. As I took the high road of serving our country and leading the gallant men and women of the Philippine National Police, it was our commonly treasured PMA ideal, the ideal of integrity that guided me along the right way through narrower and more difficult path, and to make the right, though unpopular decisions, and to make one thing that Cavalier must keep and treasure to heart long after leaving the academy is the honor code. A great moral code stating that we will apply, cheat, steal, nor tolerate among us those who do. The ideal of integrity and honor code armed me well in serving in different capacities in all my assignments to do what is right, what is proper, and what is just. Alam niyo, I smile a bit. Whenever I say the honor code, we do, the cadets do not lie, cheat, steal, nor tolerate among us those who do. I remember a lot of things, most especially when I was in Delta Company, class of 1986. We were made to love the honor code. In so doing, even though we have to fail from our classes, we need to. Not because we want to be cadets, but we want to be honorable as possible. And lastly, it was loyalty to God, country and people that nurtured and sustained me through the enormous challenges of the uniformed service. It was loyalty that reminds me to always put the interests of our organization and our country over mine or other people's personal interests. Courage, integrity, and loyalty, coupled with the PNP philosophy of providing quality police service with honor and justice, are the ideals that each and every one of us in the uniformed service must treasure, be our guide and our way of life. If you would see the patch of the Philippine National Police, it states honor, justice, and integrity. Honor, justice, and service. The only time that you will gain that honor is the time when you have already served and given fair justice to the community you serve and protect. These words say a lot about who we are and differentiate us from the rest. It will keep us on the right path of public service, away from the evils and temptations that usually hound public servants. And at the end of the day, this set of ideals and principles is what will save us. It is what will keep our conscience clear and keep our feet firmly on the ground. Upon assuming leadership of the PNP, I enjoined the more than 200,000 gallant policemen and policewomen to remain inspired and committed to work, not just double but triple time, in the effective and efficient implementation of high-impact programs, projects, and activities that will deliver, if not the best police services, through the 9 strategic trusts enshrined in our PNP Sustainable Development Program under the PNP Patrol Plan 2030. And I am proud to report our accomplishments for the past 60 days. For the first strategic trust of putting our house in order with the implementation of a comprehensive PNP Master Development Plan for all PNP camps, we have started the process of decongesting and streamlining units and offices at the national headquarters, starting with the Directorates for Police Operations, relocating them to their areas of responsibility so that they will be closer to the public and provide faster and better delivery of their services. Same process of relocation for the other PNP operational units are currently underway in close coordination with respective LGUs. Mahirap palang tumingin. Excuse me. Part of the decongestion plan and in support of President Duterte's advocacy of ease of doing business is the establishment of frontline services at commercial malls, making it more accessible and more convenient to the public. The successful MOA signing with SM Prime Holdings on October 14, 2020 officially launched the National Police Clearance Desk, initially at SM Mall of Asia, that will be expanded to SM South Mall, Bacoor, Cavite, Cabanatuan, Nueva Ecija, and Mexico, Pampanga, and later to other SM malls in the regions. We have also started decentralizing the issuance of security agencies and guard licenses with the establishment of a satellite office in the Manila Police District. We also embark on continuing facilities development to provide more pleasing and more conducive environment, including the proposed construction of a 24-story national headquarters building and the overall development of the Philippine National Police Academy, National Police Training Institute, and our field units from police, regional, and provincial police offices down to city and municipal police stations nationwide. For the second strategic thrust on delineation of responsibilities, we define specific roles and responsibilities and develop operational expertise of focused individuals and units, specifically the Directorate for Integrated Police Operations for Internal Security Operations, the Intelligence Group with the support of Special Action Force for Anti-Terrorism or Violent Extremism, and the Police Regional Offices with their subordinate units for law enforcement, anti-illegal drugs, and anti-criminality. We keep enhancing the performance of the PNP in improving crime prevention through enhanced managing police operations and improved police visibility down to far-flung barangays in partnership with the communities and police multipliers. In addition to those already existing, we have established 2,794 barangay service desks and 499 in clustered barangays, both with one or more police personnel to cater to the needs of those communities, especially during this time of the pandemic. For the period, we have also deployed maneuver units with 10,029 PNP personnel in far-flung areas and 32,819 personnel in police community precincts and community police assistance centers in urban areas that are threatened by ISO and high incidence of criminality. Our effort on improving crime solution through more effective scientific investigation, improved collaboration and coordination with the other pillars of the criminal justice system, and maximizing utilization of new generation investigation solutions, or the NGIS, which effectively monitors the reduction of index and non-index crime volumes and the increase in index and non-index crime solution efficiency. For the third strategic thrust, on ensuring the recruitment of quality applicants through a more rigorous selection and vetting process, we conducted a review of the recruitment process to give premium to the conduct of complete background investigation, more thorough physical, medical, and psychological examination, and close coordination with local government units, colleges, and universities to ensure that we will be able to recruit the best from among candidates. For the period, a total of 6,149 applicants for attrition quota took their oath as new PNP recruits on October 30, 2020. Coordination meetings are being done with the Professional Regulation Commission and Commission on Higher Education as part of the comprehensive recruitment and validation process of the PNP. For the fourth strategic thrust, embarking on intensive human resource development and ensure that every police personnel will know his or her job and do them well. We initiated efforts to enhance the shooting skills of all PNP personnel with the introduction of modified handgun marksmanship training. Our efforts to further improve individual and unit skills in performing basic police roles of patrolling, intelligence, police operations, investigation, community relations, and admin functions was further beefed up with the continuing conduct of enhancement trainings to create a ready pool of qualified officers to fill up vacancies due to attrition and retirement. We created technical working groups to identify the expertise per rank for uniformed personnel and the required skills for non-uniformed personnel that will become part of mandatory promotional requirements. For the fifth strategic thrust, we initiated the conduct of a comprehensive organizational audit as basis in reorganization and restructuring of PNP units and offices to make them more responsive, remove cost duplication, and improve span of control. Reorganization and restructuring of PROS, the Special Action Force, the Internal Affairs Service, the PNP Training Service, the National Police Training Institute, the Integrity Monitoring Enforcement Group, and the upgrading of DIPOS and CPSM are already submitted, while the upgrading of DIPOS and CPSM are already submitted to NAPOLCOM. DIPOS are now Lieutenant Generals or 3 stars. CPM has also been approved by no other than our Secretary of the Interior of Local Government to be a 2-star and to be under the Chief Directorial Staff. Separate seniority lineal listing for line, technical, and ES personnel has been generated as basis for placement and promotion. Technical working groups were created to formulate policy on the establishment of a career path for PCOs which aims to rationalize the placement and promotion and establish a rational succession planning system. To adequately respond to the ever-growing needs of the community, proposals for the upgrading of ranks and additional posts are currently being evaluated. For the sixth strategic thrust, we have promoted bayanihan spirit and community and service-oriented policy, or the CSOP, by forging stronger partnership and more active engagement with the community in ensuring peace and order and addressing criminality, giving priority to anti-illegal drugs, anti-illegal gambling and other focused crimes, anti-violent extremism, terrorism, internal security operations, and maximizing police visibility. To help in the implementation of the IATF regulations, in particular, the strict observance of health protocols and maintenance of peace and order, we deployed marshals in public conveyances and convergence areas. We have launched the Barangay COVID Defense, or the BACOD, to organize, train, and mobilize the barangays in addressing COVID-19 pandemic. In particular, the prevention of the spread of virus, contact tracing, and compliance with health protocols. We also established our own food banks that are now extending assistance to the communities adversely affected by the recent calamities, especially in Bicol. For the seventh strategic thrust, ensuring the development and presence of leaders at all levels and at all times, I issued a directive to emphasize close mentoring and coaching by designated commanders and leaders to their respective subordinates. We have given emphasis to the observance of command responsibility by making unit commanders and leaders accountable in the accomplishment of their tasks and in upholding human rights and enforcing the rule of law. As public figures, we have enjoined all commanders, starting with the chiefs of police, to be present, seen, and felt by their subordinates in the communities. To enhance the leadership capabilities of our PNP personnel, we conducted online lecture series, while ES is empowered to ensure discipline among the PNP ranks with the strict implementation of the Integrity Enhancement Program. And as I always say, lead by example, mentor what is righteous, and you would be able to instill and exact the discipline that you need from your people. For the eighth strategic focus, improving work performance, we have given utmost priority in further improving the morale and welfare of our PNP personnel by giving equal opportunity and leveling the playing field in placement and promotion based strictly on performance, service reputation, merit and fitness. In schooling, allocation of quarters housing, and establishing a rationalized succession planning and career path. We have issued 273,441 medals and awards to deserving PNP personnel based on their meritorious and exemplary accomplishments. Intensifying the localization personnel assignment, a simultaneous send-off ceremony was conducted on October 14 and November 9 for the personnel reassigned to various police offices. The initial batch of officers who finished the financial literacy training will act as trainers to the succeeding batches to ensure that there will be enough trainers for all PNP units and officers. The provision of health care and wellness services are also enhanced through the signed Memorandum of Agreement with the Makati Medical Center Foundation and just recently the Bayani Police Foundation. Incorporated has been launched through the joint efforts of our National Advisory Group for Police Transformation and Development under Mr. Jesta, the TWG for the PNP Patrol Plan 2030 under our Chief Directorial Staff, and the CPSM in partnership with the Philippine Chamber of Commerce and Industry. The CPSM and the Foundation will provide educational assistance to the dependents of PNP personnel who died or permanently incapacitated in line of duty. We also signed yesterday memorandum of agreements with Ayala Corporation for various morale and welfare programs and with the Cardinal Santos Medical Center for the extension of medical assistance to PNP personnel and also retirees. And for the ninth strategic thrust, we ensured the sustainability of our transformation program by nurturing the gains and enhancing the implementation of the PNP Patrol Plan 2030 beyond institutionalization, by ensuring that transformation will not only be at the macro, but also be attained at the micro level, by making every PNP personnel become the ultimate governance asset, ensuring that all PNP units and officers be strengthened to become the ultimate performance delivery units, and to give flesh to the spirit of Bayanihan, make every police station become anchor for communities in ensuring peace, public safety, and development. We sustain our active interaction with our National Advisory Group for Police Transformation and Development and the more than 20,000 Advisory Council members nationwide by engaging and involving them in the conduct of strategy refresh and in the institutionalization process for all PNP units and officers that signifies their readiness to undergo the process. The recently concluded 6th National Advisory Council Summit, attended virtually by 929 Advisory Council members nationwide, provided venue for public consultation and interaction between the PNP and the external stakeholders on identifying solutions to existing and emerging challenges like the COVID-19 pandemic, illegal drugs, cyber criminality, and even the concerns on economy. Despite some challenges and limitations, and with the very limited time, I am proud to say that the PNP have done and accomplished a lot of breakthroughs and milestones in our continuing transformation program. A living proof is the result of the 2020 Global Law and Group Order Report by Gallup, an American analytics firm, wherein the Philippines was regarded as among the safest countries in the world where citizens feel safe and have confidence with the police. We have shown time and again that with the aid of the Almighty, by working closely together, inspiring each other and subordinating personal interests for the attainment of our common vision, joint objectives, and the bigger interests of our organization and country, we could achieve great things. To our stakeholders, whom we vow to serve and protect, I am proud to declare, as I always do, that ang pulis ko'y responsable, respetado, at disiplinado. As I retire, after faithfully serving this great institution, our beloved country and people, I would like to take this opportunity to express my deepest gratitude and highest esteem and pay tribute to all of you who in any way have been part of my journey as a cadet, as a military and police officer. First, to our President Rodrigo Roa Duterte for his trust and confidence in my leadership, Secretary Eduardo Añoser of the DILG, former Chief Philippine National Police Bato de la Rosa, to all those who patiently mentored me and molded me into what I have become. My mentors, General Hermogenes Esperon, General Alex Monteagudo, General Jaime H. Morente, General Victor Ebrado, General Alan Gisihan, General Jimmy Manabat, General and Mayor Magalong, General Nick Bartolome, my first company commander, General Getulio Leo Peñas, General Ardin Dapat, General Nestor Kinsay, General Andres Caro, General Dick De Leon, General Napolcom Vice Chair, Rogelio T. Casurao and Commissioners, and most of all, General Leandro Mendoza. Of course, my schoolmate and will always be my mentor, General Hill M. Phillips, a schoolmate from the elementary to high school to PMA, and to my first assignment of Parang Maguindanao. I would like to recognize his mentoring and how he has led me during this time, most especially when we were in the Philippine Military Academy and in our first assignment in Parang Maguindanao. My scout squad mates, 4th Company, Summer Camp, Delta Company, Class 86, my company mates, faculty and tactical officers of Philippine Military Academy, my commanders and fellow Philippine Constabulary Troopers, my commanders, fellow officers, non-commissioned officers, and non-uniformed personnel of all the PNP units and offices where I was assigned, our esteemed partners and stakeholders, my professors, faculty, and staff of the University of the Philippines in Visayas and the University of the Philippines College Baguio High School and the Merano Convent School, my Metrobank Foundation Incorporated family and fellow awardees, my brethren, most especially my brothers and sisters in the Beta Sigma and Sigma Beta fraternity and sorority respectively, our highly esteemed National Advisory Group and advisory councils now numbering more than 20,000 nationwide. And to one of my mentors who have always been there for me, Brigadier General Noel Barcelos, to all my classmates in the Philippine Military Academy Sinatala class of 1986 and their lovely ladies, for the happy and wonderful memories that I will treasure for the rest of my life. To all my fellow cavaliers and esteemed Lacans and Lacanbinis for the cheers, the inspiration and encouragement for the brotherhood and camaraderie. To my loving and lovely family, my wife, Amelia V. Cascolan, and my son, Jose Giro, I can never thank you enough for always being with me, fully understanding and very much willing to sacrifice with me in all my undertakings. My extended family, my dream team, the Philippine National Police, may I request everybody to give a big, big hand to my great team. I would want to recognize one of my mentors also, the assistant of Secretary Navarro of the Department of Health, my Brad, Mr. Rod Reyes. All my brads also in the Philippine National Police, my dream team and Team PNP from the national headquarters down to the remotest municipal police station. My apologies for not being able to accommodate all of you here who have sacrificed so much for the PNP and our country. My deepest gratitude for all of your wholehearted support and all-out cooperation. I am so blessed to have worked with people who were always willing, able, and ready to summon admirable work ethics that exemplifies great devotion to duty, discipline, self-sacrifice, sensitivity, sense of caring and sharing, and above all, integrity. Colleagues and fellow officers whom I work with at Regional Command 12, Regional Command 6, the Philippine Center on Transnational Crime, the Office of the Chief PNP on the year 2001 and 2, the Department of Transportation and Communication, the Aviation Security Group Headquarters and the 7th DICAS in Cebu, the Taguig City Police Station, Pro 3 Regional Headquarters, the Directorate for Investigation Detection Management, the Finance Service, the Compostela Valley CPO, the Pro 11 Office of the Regional Chief Directorial Staff, the Pro Arm Office of the Deputy Regional Director for Operations, Pro 6 Office of the Deputy Regional Director for Administration, the Directorate for Operations, the National Capital Region Police Office, the Civil Security Group, the Office of the Chief Directorial Staff, the Office of the Chief of the Deputy Chief for Operations, the Office of the Deputy Chief for Administration, and lastly, the Office of the Chief of Philippine National Police. Friends and classmates from UP and Merlo Convent School, wife of former Chief PNP Police Director General Leandro Mendoza, Ma'am Sol Mendoza, and children, Mimay, Yayet, Lenlek, Jik, Dongdong, and Goyo. Metrobac friends, Sir Chito Sobrepeña, Nick Torres, Chris, Third Hero and other friends, Mrs. Boneza, Tony and Jim Saret, my kababayans from Baguio and Iloilo, the Canalbo and Casper family, the brothers and sisters, to the PSG, or what they call the Tikoy Security Group, led by Police Major Rocky John Dalida, Police Major Rene Joy Musquiza, Police Major Rachel Agustin, and Police Captain John Carlo Mindanao. Thank you for securing me and my family 24/7. To my personal staff, Bianca, Marquis, Jane, May, I, and all the others, can you please give them a big, big hand? To the Canalbo family, to the Cascolan clan, the Nalbo clan, and to everyone who were there all along and became part of my journey. My heartfelt gratitude and sincerest appreciation to all of you. It is both a rare privilege and solemn responsibility to have worked with all of you for real and lasting transformation of the Philippine National Police. We shared many successes and some disappointments, as well as celebrating small and big victories, including the most recent conferment of institutionalized status. We shared whatever we could, laughter, lessons learned, best practices, and even prolonged overtime work. To Ringo and Rene Pamuskusan, wala na mag-retire na ako kaya hindi ko na kayo masyadong natutog po. Nakatingin si Rene, parang sawa ng tingin niya. That is always tinged with our deep sense of higher mission, which is excellent work and dedicated service to God, country, and people. All I can say is that I have been enriched by all the experiences, both in personal and professional growth, and I hope that you do the same. As I continue with the next chapter in my life's journey, I will always cherish the thoughtfulness, camaraderie, esprit de corps, teamwork, and genuine care which you shared and extended to me. Your efforts and initiatives, as well as those of our esteemed advisors, have been instrumental in my being able to carve a small niche in the PNP transformation program. In closing, let me say that from day one of my cadetship, through the 4 years of rigorous training and through more than 3 decades of risks and dangers of uniformed life, I have fallen and risen. I have suffered setbacks and gained victories. I have failed and succeeded, endured it all and won in the end, because I have the Lord at the center of it all. To Him, the ultimate peacekeeper and public servant, goes my everlasting gratitude. To our beloved President, as I am about to conclude my career with the police service, please allow me to express my deepest gratitude for the trust and confidence you have accorded to my humble person as the 24th Chief of the Philippine National Police. 2 months could be short, but with your guidance and support, with the collaboration and support of our more than 20,000 advisory councils nationwide, and with the more than 200,000 gallant men and women of the Philippine National Police, PMAers, the Lacans or the PNPAers, the lateral entrance or the Apoles, the direct commission, we went the extra mile and we were able to improve the quality and the delivery of police services. We improved the morale and welfare of our personnel and transformed our organization to be the true servant and protector of our people. I will leave with high optimism in my heart, knowing that you, our beloved younger brothers and sisters in the police service, who stand, fight for, and believe in our transformation agenda, the PNP Patrol Plan 2030 will carry on from where we, your seniors, left, and hopeful that you will continue to keep alive the ideals as you continue with deep sense of commitment and dedicated service and protecting our nation. And I find comfort and confidence that the commitment to our vision, the accomplishment of our mandated tasks, the welfare of our personnel, and the continuing implementation of our transformation program, the PNP Patrol Plan 2030, will find a new champion in General Dong Sinas. To General Dong Sinas, my sincerest congratulations. I wish you all the best, and I have full faith that the Philippine National Police is in very good and capable hands, and with you at the helm, will reach new heights. Even in retirement, I shall proudly watch for the continuing journey of the Philippine National Police, and rest assured that I will keep you in my prayers. I will be leaving the uniform service with a sad heart, because it has been the center of my life for more than 3 decades, but full with contentment and happy in the thought that with all of you, we have so far done our best and served God, our country, and our people well, and that I am leading National Police better than when we started. Sa inyo pong lahat, maraming salamat. Naway patuloy po tayong pagpalain ng ating poong may kapal.
Thank you very much, sir. And thank you for your service to the Philippine National Police and our country. Please be seated. At this moment, Police Brigadier General Rolando Hinanay, the Acting Director for Personnel and Records Management, will now read the retirement orders.
Republic of the Philippines, National Police Commission, National Headquarters, Philippine National Police, Camp Brigadier General Rafael T. Crame, Quezon City. Retirement. Pursuant to General Orders Number NHQ-DO-CR-2020-477, National Headquarters, Philippine National Police, Police General Camilo Cascolan, ODA 05128, is compulsorily retired from the PNP service effective November 10, 2020. I command Police General Cascolan, Mission, Joselito M. Veracruz, Police Major General, the Acting Chief of Directorial Staff, Signed, Yolanda J. Hinanay, Police Brigadier General, the Acting Director for Personnel and Records Management.
And now we will witness the presentation of a personal flag by Police Executive Master Sergeant Felipe Mocala, CESCO, PNP. And we shall now proceed to the retirement of the PNP badge. To read the retirement of the PNP badge, may we now call Police Major General Emanuelo A. Sliku, the Director for Controllership.
Retirement of the PNP badge. Police General Camilo Cascolan. Sir, upon taking the oath and assumption to office, the Filipino people and the Constitution vested you with the power and authority as a law enforcer. As such, you implored the aid of the Almighty. That authority is symbolized by the PNP badge. It is a badge of honor placed near your heart to remind you of your duty to enforce the law without fear or favor, to protect the rights of the people, especially the weak, the poor, and the marginalized. At the center of the badge is the PNP seal, held bravely by our hero, Lapu-Lapu, the first Filipino to defend our country against foreign invaders. Hence, your badge symbolizes your selfless sacrifice and willingness to die in the service of God, country, and people. On your badge are the virtues of service, honor, and justice, which you live out with unwavering commitment. You kept the badge unsullied and free of any breach of fidelity. You endeavored to avoid any aspersions against our institution. You preserve our cherished police customs and traditions and never countenance any deviation from them, nor allow them to be infringed. Police General Camilo Cascolan, you were a police officer. You have worn the badge with honor and pride. Now, after 38 years, 7 months, and 9 days of faithful police service, and upon reaching your retirement day, it is time to retire your badge. Sir, you may now detach your badge.
With honor and dignity, I am now turning over my PNP badge, which symbolizes the power and authority vested upon me as a police officer.
May we request our presiding officer, Secretary Eduardo Wanya, to please rise and accept the PNP badge of Police General Camilo Cascolan. Please all rise. And let us sing with pride the PNP hymn. And that concludes, ladies and gentlemen, the PNP